What can I do to help you fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Thanks for the warning, but I won't be dying today.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
There! That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
So I guess my next task is to kill 3 of the wretched mothers. So let's go ahead and find them.
I, Deckard Cain, have spent many years traveling and writing about the strange creatures in our world. But the sight of the wretched mothers still haunts me. They are the remnants of Queen Asilla's slaughtered handmaidens who were twisted by foul magic. Now they feast upon cadavers and regurgitate them as newly formed, risen dead.
That sounds gory enough. So another thing you can do too, you can pick up a skill and you can just drag and drop into skills 1 through 5 here. This doesn't go in your belt as you used to before. These are just quick shortcuts that you can use. This is not F1, and this is just the number 1 key. So as you press 1, you can use this skill. There's a 12-second cooldown for this one. So that's how I'm going to use it. So I have my regular shot on 1 on my right click, and then I have my magic missile on the left, and then when I click 1, I have my Frost Nova. Because we have another new story here.
I will never forget the first time I saw these horrors shambling out of the misty woods. Our loved ones, buried long ago, rose from their graves and began to attack the living. However, the risen dead were only the beginning.
These items are not picked up automatically. You actually have to click on them. So I'm going to go ahead and put my boots in here. And one interesting thing, look, I'm going to take the boots out. And when you highlight the boots, you can only see the status for them individually. But as soon as I equipped, if I look at this one, it automatically gives me 2 comparison windows, one of my equipped item and the other one of the item that I'm thinking about equipping. So it's a nice and quick way to check if you wanna change your item. Again, gold is picked up automatically, but the items are not. I'm gonna go around here and explore as much as I can, the entire map.
Dear reader, I am Abd al-Hazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Honduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
Another thing that they did too. Was to the weapon. I'm sorry. The skill that I'm using right now, the power of the skill that I'm using right now is directly related to the weapon that I have. So you can see that this magic missile right here, it takes a 14 arcane power, It costs 14 arcade power. Does 110% of my weapon damage. So at this point, my weapon does 3 damage. So this power that I have only does 3.3 damage. It doesn't do much more than that. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip these things that I found here. What's really cool too is that there are very subtle differences when you equip an item. I'm gonna go ahead and put this what is this called? Cloth pants on, and you can see that my character changes. And the same thing with the gloves. If you look at this arm when I drop it in, you can see that he changed that very quickly. Wrists. I'm gonna zoom out. It's too close to play with zoomed in. It's kind of hard to play actually. I'm going to try to change this. Okay. So now my left one does the regular damage. And then my right one does this missile. What is it called? The magic missile. These orbs, I know for a fact that the orbs recharge life. I'm not sure if it does arcane power as well. I'm going to have to check that out later on. I'm not 100% sure at this point. That Frost Nova is actually quite helpful for a beginner level like that. There's something here I skipped. Go back. I just saw on the map. That one kind of broke him in the middle. Not much down here. The game loads pretty fast, so that's kind of cool. You don't see that loading bar with the progress bar at the bottom when you're switching from one area to the other.